Just walking to work is tough for Sébastien now. He was working at La Bombière when the terrorists launched their attack on the restaurant. He's not sure he can ever work there again without being afraid.
I
didn't think I'd ever be able to come back here at all. It took some time, but I've lit candles. 5 for the people who died here, and 1 for a friend who was at the Bataclan Theatre.
Today's the first day he set foot in the restaurant since the November 13th attack. The police had cordoned off the premises for a week. Sébastien can't get the horrifying images out of his mind.
I moved a bit closer and saw someone who was probably dead. His girlfriend was sitting there opposite him, and I called for her to come, that she mustn't stay there. I tried to convince her, but she was completely paralyzed with fear. Seeing all the dead people, I felt completely powerless. I couldn't do anything for them. At least you could try to help the injured. One man had a badly injured leg.
Hundreds of Parisians have been traumatized by the attacks. Many have lost friends or family members, or, like Sébastien, were witnesses to a bloodbath. Over 250 families have already taken advantage of the psychological counseling offered by the city of Paris, more than after any incident in the past. Still, more are on the waiting lists. Right after the attacks, Sébastien's boss hired a psychologist to help his staff members. She advised Sébastien not to quit straight away, but instead to slowly readjust to the workplace.
People are suddenly confronted with the reality of death, which is something we normally try to forget. This has a hugely powerful effect on those who witness the attacks. So it's understandable that it's going to take a bit longer for them to recover. These young people need to spend time together, more now than ever. In the mid to long term, some may need to see a psychologist too.
Following the attacks, Sébastien and his girlfriend went to the country for a few days to find some peace and quiet. But he says he'll never understand why terrorists target ordinary people like him.
These terrorists never target the extremists, but ordinary people like you and me. It's always the biggest pacifists who are killed, not those who want to take military action or go to war. They're not the ones who die. It's crazy.
Even though his boss never asked him to, Sébastien is pitching in with the cleanup. He and the other waiters are trying to put things back as they were. He likens it to a kind of group therapy. Together, the staff hope to overcome their fear.
I tell myself that it's better to return here, where I have the support of my colleagues and the management, rather than go somewhere else and find myself with a new employer and colleagues who don't know what I've been through.
La Bombière will soon be ready to welcome guests again, and they're sure to come. Parisians aren't prepared to let others determine their lifestyle. Like Sébastien, their fighting spirit is helping them overcome their trauma.